In this video, we're breaking down the book's ad scaling roadmap, something that I teach in masterclasses, but then also I'm bringing it to you in this tutorial. The reason why is because this has helped me sell over $225,000 in book ads. That is different than profits, right? We know we can generate more money in ads, but then Amazon pays us a cut. My name is Jenny Hansen-Lane, and I've been publishing for 3.5 years, and I've published over 600 books, and this channel is all about helping you learn from the pitfalls, and we know I've made a lot. So thank you for being here. Drop any questions that you have. One thing that people ask me a lot about is how to actually scale a book campaign. And so I wanted to draw this diagram and just kind of walk you through it and just kind of have some friendly chit chat about it so you're more comfortable with turning on a campaign. So when you are actually inside of your account and you set up an automatic campaign, this is kind of what it will look like, okay? So automatic campaign, on the campaign level, this is where we set up our ad spend, and this is where we set up our budget. This is also, we put up the type of campaign that we're going to do, okay? Inside of here, when we do an automatic campaign, it's almost like 4 algorithms that Amazon takes to the marketplace. The first one is S, it's substitute. I put target is, target, substitute. This is where Amazon will try to show your book to other people that are interested in similar things, but it's in a substitute manner, right? So like if they're looking for something and they're typing something in, the algorithm, because you've paid Amazon to go show your book, it's going to show up in more places, okay? There's a lot of people that have recently said, like, I've published 7 books, but I'm not really seeing any traction. It could be because you're not leveraging Amazon ads. And so if you have, even $15 to start a campaign with as your budget, that's what I started with, okay? And so that allowed me to give Amazon money to go find these different areas, okay? So substitute is good, especially if you're looking at your competition's books and you're wondering like, hey, I could create something like this. And through this, you're able to use similar long tail keywords and maybe even content that the customer's looking for. And then Amazon's going to show your book to things that are similar, right? And so they use that phrase substitute because there are lots of options for the buyer, right? And so it's almost like a little concierge that's like, they're going to take your cute little book and they're going to try and show it to customers as a substitute. So that means if the Amazon customer can't find what they're looking for, substitute can be really powerful. Now in 2023, I turned on my first campaign in February and my budget was $15. And what happened is I started to get sales from each target. But what happened right here with substitute, this exploded. This is where once I got, I think it was like 15 sales, it showed me it was outperforming better than these other 3 targets. And so what I simply did at the campaign level, I copied this and I had a new campaign. And so what I did in the new campaign is I turned off substitute, okay? When I turned off substitute, this means the campaign could run for these 3 other targets. So essentially I had 2 campaigns on. One was I was scaling this one that had the 15 cells. I turned off the other targets. The second campaign that was new didn't have substitutes on because I didn't want them to compete with each other. And then I could go after these other targets, okay? So that is how I scaled one book that has made me $45,000 before it got blocked on Amazon, okay? And then I made it again. If you're like, I need this story, it's on my channel. It's talk about copyright, okay? The second target is loose match. This is different. They're just trying to find your customers for you. To me, I'm like, what a blessing that when you decide to play the Amazon book ad game, that they give you different targets to go after. So loose match is like they're trying to find your customer. This is another reason why using customer search terms in your books is so powerful, because if Amazon has that data that's in your title, your subtitle, your book description, your back-end keywords, they're going to show your book to what other buyers have purchased. And they're going to show previous buyers. So maybe your competition's buyer your book's going to be seen by that. Okay. So loose match is really powerful too. The next target is close match. And these are all like, they're a little bit different. Amazon actually doesn't tell us. There is some descriptions, but they don't actually tell us like the algorithm, the way the algorithming. But it is an indication that there are so many buyers, and that's why ads is so powerful. Okay. So the third one is close match. The fourth one is complement. And it's spelt different than the American way. So I'm like, what does this mean? So complement is if they think your book is good paired with another one. Okay. Now, the reason why I like this is because when I started learning ads, this data showed me what the customer wanted, and I just made more of it. That's one of the reasons that I was able to grow to 6 figures, is because I was leveraging the data that I paid for. So we talk about like going to Fiverr and hiring someone to like find keywords for you. It's a skill set you don't want to outsource because you're going to get hungry again, right? Like how many times can you go to the restaurant and order the fish before you're like, I really should be spending my money learning how to fish so I can get more profits to put back into my fishing, I can feed my fam. So this is why I love teaching ads. This is why I think it's important to turn on ads. Another really cool thing about Amazon ads that's different than like Facebook ads is your campaign is all based off of one book. You can do multiple books, but the really cool thing about this is that my experience is there's less fatigue. And ad fatigue is when you have shown a lot of people your ad and they're over it. They're just like, Jenny, stop. If any of you, yeah, okay, I don't want to go off on a tangent, but I've had multiple campaigns on Amazon over 3 years. And one of the reasons they don't suffer ad fatigue is because it is generated, your ad is basically generated by your title. Sorry, your cover first, then your title, okay? So this brings us to that magical truth that like people do judge a book by its cover, okay? So this is important. And this is not like the end of the world because you can update your cover if it's not doing well, and ads data can tell you that, okay? The second part to this, why we don't suffer ad fatigue like we would on Facebook, and I haven't tried Google yet. I'm going to test some stuff there. Is my belief is there's 90 million monthly buyers. And so that is another reason that we don't suffer fatigue, is because there is so many people to show our books to. So let me know what questions you have about turning on your ad and understanding just kind of like the basic ecosystem of an automatic campaign. It has 4 targets. Those targets can give you data, and that's how you can scale to more profits and just more data that allows you to create more books. So I have a free training coming up. I would love for you to attend. If you have any questions, you can click the link below, and here's another video that YouTube is suggesting. I love you, and I'll see you in the next video.